An evangelical preacher led nearly 1,000 followers from the United States deep into the jungles of South America.
Well, how about you? Is the best thing ever happened to you?
They would build a new community, free of oppression and violence. It was to be their paradise on earth.
I wanted to leave as soon as I got there. I was in an armed encampment.
But outsiders threatened to expose the dark side of their leader.
We are going into Jonestown. And if any of your family members want to come home, then by God, we're gonna bring them home.
You people are gonna just leave us.
They're killing everyone!
In one day, two worlds collided, and paradise was lost.
Never been loved so much as I love you right now.
The People's Temple was a wonderful mosaic of the whole spectrum of humanity. It was a dream that died on November 18th, 1978.
The threat of mass suicide was quite real.
Now, this morning, there are fresh reports. Jones ordered a mass suicide. 914 people were murdered or drank Kool-Aid laced with poison.
A lot of the children were crying, and he was telling them not to tell the children that they were dying, not to tell them it was painful, and that people had to die with dignity.
In November 1978, reporters around the world broke the news that Jim Jones and more than 900 of his followers died. By the late 1960s and early 70s, the streets of America erupted in violence and civil strife. The war in Vietnam, civil rights marches, and political assassinations played out on television. Out of this turmoil, thousands of Americans flocked to hear the sermons of a charismatic preacher named Jim Jones. A fiery orator, Jones's early speeches were a mixture of socialist ideals and Christian redemption.
If there was anything universal about the temple experience and what it was that drew people, it was, on some level, we were all wanting to belong.
Some turn to the temple because they need help. Others want to serve humanity. Whatever they need, Jim Jones and his People's Temple seem to have it.
The only way it's going to get better is through us and what we can do in the world. And that was everything from gradual social change to violent revolution to cleaning up after nuclear fallout.
Jim Jones claimed special powers to heal the sick and dying. Staged healings were a popular attraction at temple meetings.
A guy like my dad found out what you wanted to hear and see and showed it to you. Whatever you were looking for or wherever you were running from or running toward, Dad had an uncanny ability to hook into that. It's exhilarating and very attractive. Once you get hooked by that, it's really hard to get unhooked.
As his popularity grew, Jim Jones preached less about the Bible and more about social activism. He called himself a prophet, a savior who would guide, protect, and watch over his followers.
I want you to be like I am. I want you to become what I am. I want you to enjoy the fearlessness that I have, the courage that I have, the compassion that I have, the love that I have, the all-encompassing mercy that I am. I want you to be what I am and something greater.
Jim Jones's devoted followers referred to him as Father. Many signed over their paychecks, possessions, even their homes. But at the height of his power, a darker side of Jim Jones emerged. Former temple members accused Jones of physical and sexual abuse, mind control, and forced druggings. In 1977, as media interest grew, Jim Jones and hundreds of his supporters left San Francisco, California. They set out for Guyana, determined to build a new community in the South American country. In the middle of the jungle, 150 miles from the capital of Georgetown, People's Temple built what was to be a socialist paradise on earth. They called it Jonestown, after their leader.
Because of Father's example here in Guyana, we're building equipment and doing things to feed hungry people and set up a little town, an actual community or a country of our own where we can live the way we like to live with our own lifestyle, not to be interfered with people from the outside and to help starving masses of the world.
As the allegations in the United States intensified, temple members continued to flock to the remote outpost. Labeling the attacks as a government conspiracy to topple People's Temple, Jones and many of his followers denied the charges.
It's the most beautiful place I've ever been in all my life. There's so many wonderful things about it.
This is a beautiful place here, and it's fun over here. It's really good.
I do not want to go back in any way, shape, or form to the States.
I can't help but say that none of this would have been possible had it not been for Jim Jones.
My father, his entire existence lay in the hands of those who perceived him. I think people need to understand that every hour of the day, Jim Jones thought he was a fraud. He knew he was a bad guy. He knew he was a sick guy. He just didn't want anybody else to know.
White night. White night. Everybody report to the pavilion. White night.
Vern Gosney had joined People's Temple in 1974 and had been living in Jonestown for 8 months.
The term white night was a term used for like an extreme emergency. There would be a siren or an announcement to come to the pavilion immediately, and it was a life and death situation. It was something where the community was being threatened, and we had to make an immediate decision about a course of action. And it would usually be all of the night.
White nights were used by Jim Jones to create an atmosphere of fear and desperation amongst his followers. The white nights sometimes included rehearsals for mass suicide, which Jones considered a test of faith and loyalty.
That you will ever have, and I'm trying on every level to protect this community. Are you with me? Are you with me?
There were people with guns and rifles surrounding the assembly. People that I knew for years with guns. And they weren't pointed outward, they were pointed inward. And so it was a sense of an armed encampment.
So I must warn you again and again. to be together with the community.
Jim, you've been at it for hours. You're exhausted. They're exhausted and afraid. Let them go to sleep.
All right. Go on, back to bed.
After the death of his wife, Vern Gosney arrived in Jonestown with his 4-year-old son.
I was very vulnerable. I decided I was going to go to Jonestown, and they were going to make me be a good socialist. Whatever I was lacking within myself would be instilled in me by living in Jonestown. I wanted to leave as soon as I got there. I was not free to leave, nor was anyone. I had confided in my roommate that I wanted to leave, and that was taking a huge, huge risk. He had at one time attempted to escape, and he was punished so severely that he was literally frightened out of his mind.
We're gonna die here, man. We're gonna die here.
On November 14, 1978, U.S. Congressman Leo J. Ryan, along with his aide, Jackie Spear, flew to Guyana to investigate allegations of abuse within the temple. The delegation included relatives who were determined to see that their loved ones were free to come and go as they pleased. Jim Jones considered the group a direct threat, bent on his and the movement's destruction. 14 relatives, some former temple members who spoke out against Jones, accompanied Ryan. Members of the U.S. media covered the trip, including Don Harris from NBC, an American television network, and Tim Reiterman, a reporter on assignment for the San Francisco Examiner.
Jim Jones initially presented People's Temple as an extraordinary institution. And he was someone who was viewed as a little eccentric because he went around with bodyguards and he wore dark glasses, whether it was the sun was out or not.
Think he's got something to hide?
What do you think? You spoke with him?
Yeah, on the radio, once. Figures we're out to get him.
Congressman Ryan's trip was designed to find out whether the allegations from ex-members were true, that Jim Jones controlled the members through disciplinary beatings, forcing them to turn over their property and, in some cases, custody of their children, and whether he was threatening people with death if they would leave the organization.
Folks, we're about to land in Georgetown. It's been a long road for many of you. Your loved ones are down there. And I just want to let you know that we're going to do everything we can to make sure they're safe, they're happy, and they're being well looked after.
In other words, we still don't have an official invite.
Okay, now, let me tell you something right now. Not as your congressman, but as your friend. We're going into Jonestown. And if any of your family members want to come home, well, by God, we're going to bring them home.
Congressman, I just wanted to say, to thank you. This wouldn't have happened without you.
May I?
Oh, sure. She's going to be 22 in a week. You always hope yours are going to turn out all right.
Your ex?
Yeah. She was Linda when I knew her. Now she's Sharon. Jones made her do that. You know why? He knew this other girl called Linda, didn't like her, so now no one can be called Linda.
Well, don't you worry about a thing, Sherwin. Everything's going to be just fine.
Sherwin Harris was attempting to visit his daughter Leanne, who was living in Jonestown.
People's Temple was something that started out apparently to be a good thing and just turned into a nightmare. In 1978, my daughter was 21 years old. My daughter Leanne was brought into the People's Temple by her mother, who was one of the initial members. I had what I considered a strange relationship with my daughter. There was always a distance between us. There was always something strange going on. It was clearly, a dangerous situation. At this point, we knew that guns had been transmitted there. We knew what their attitudes were. We knew that they were talking, that they were Marxist and revolutionaries and people that acted brutally towards their own members. So I don't think there was any illusions on any of our parts.
The promise of Guyana was cloaked in religious terms. It was the promised land. Land of milk and honey, the land where we're going to build a society that's really just. We worked from sunup to sundown. We ate rice 3 times a day. It's hard to really convey the remoteness of that place. There was no means of communication with the outside world. There wasn't like, oh, let me run a mile to go to the phone. There's no phone. There's no telephones. There's no televisions. There's no nothing. I think it's difficult to express to people who don't have this kind of experience that, oh, well, why didn't you leave? It's so horrible, it's so terrible. How could you put yourself in that position? When actually we were working for a cause that we believed in. It's like taking people to the limit and then moving that line, and then moving that line, and then moving that line, and wanting so desperately to believe in the dream and not seeing that the dream has become a nightmare.
A handful of temple members were permitted to form a basketball team. Amongst them was Jim Jones's 19-year-old son, Stephen. Days before the arrival of the Ryan delegation, Stephen and the basketball team left for Georgetown to play a series of games against the Guyanese national squad.
Dad was worried about the basketball team leaving and going into Georgetown. He knew the congressman was coming. I'm sure he feared that we might turn against him. And fortunately, Mom saw that happening, and Mom had really made this her cause to get us out of there.
You have in your hands the opportunity to make or break Jonestown, but you have to show a lot of character. A lot of character and grace. I've seen tremendous growth in you, Stephen. Now, what you want to do is when they score a goal, you give a little clap and you run right back to your post. All right? You hear that?
Now remember, boys, when the other team scores, you just give them a little clap. Just like that, a little clap. Believe me, fellas, I had a little clap in my day.
Don't let him provoke you. He's trying to find a reason to keep you from going. Just be the better man.
Keep your eye on them.
On who? You don't trust them?
Anybody is capable of putting a bullet into your head. And if you see any of those relatives, those liars, you don't have anything to do with them. You understand?
You did well. Goodbye, my baby. You take care of yourself. I'll see you real soon.
I remember saying goodbye to her. I remember a long moment of just us looking at each other. I remember tears in her eyes and tears of my own. I remember each of us saying that we'll see you soon. Me believing it. Looking back, I don't think she did believe that would happen. I honestly think she thought she was getting us out of there before all hell broke loose.
When we got off the plane, the first person I saw was my ex-wife, and she was one of their leaders. She was pretty much the true believer, the fanatic, if you will, the type of person who could strap the dynamite on and walk in and take the whole room out. That's the degree of commitment. When we were in Guyana, my concern was to see my daughter. To that end, I contacted my ex-wife. I phoned her.
No. I'm not trying to tear anybody apart. I'm not against anybody. Would you stop that, please? I am here. I'm here to see Leanne. Lynn, Sharon, I'm not going to argue with you. I've just flown thousands of miles to see my daughter, and I'm going to see her. And neither you, nor the temple, nor Jim Jones Almighty himself is going to stop me, all right? Do you hear me? Then hear me. She's my daughter too, and I am going to see her tomorrow. If I have to go to Jonestown myself, I am going to see her. Good night.
I wasn't really concerned about getting into Jonestown as much as seeing my daughter. I wanted to spend the time that I had there with my daughter and also to discover fully what was going on. I love my daughter very much. I was committed to my daughter. You can't believe from the moment of her birth, I got that her life depended on me. It's just that simple, and I was committed to her. I was very young when she was born, but it didn't matter. I would move heaven and earth.
The People's Temple owned a house in the capital of Georgetown, which functioned as a way station for temple members moving in and out of Jonestown. Residents of the house included Sherwin Harris's ex-wife,
Come on, back to sleep.
and his daughter Leanne's stepsister Kristen, and a younger stepbrother, Martin.
Come in, Jonestown. This is Georgetown.
Go ahead.
They're here. They're determined to get in.
White night. Everybody report to the pavilion. White night.
I had confided in my roommate that I wanted to leave, and he confided in someone else.
What's going on?
And that was Monica.
Dunno.
We have got to get out of here.
I didn't trust anyone. Everybody was watching everyone. I had never had a conversation with Monica.
Got a plan?
Hell no. I thought you did.
And we began to talk to each other. and bolster each other about wanting to leave.
For many in Jonestown, the reality was at least as bad as the press reports.
From what I've seen, what was reported was true, and it wasn't good, such as torture, abuse, deceit, theft, faked healings, drugging of people, punishing of children, the drumming up of fear.
Jim Jones used fear as his chief method of controlling his people, especially those with thoughts of returning to the United States.
It was just one account after another of how horrible the United States was becoming. Concentration camps were being constructed for people of color. The borders were being patrolled by racist organizations like the Ku Klux Klan, and when that failed, the message was, well, nuclear war is just around the corner, and we were in one of the safest places to ride out nuclear holocaust.
Jim Jones, determined to keep prying eyes away from his settlement, rallied Temple members to sign a petition demanding that Congressman Ryan and his delegation stay out of Jonestown.
I want to see how many of you will sign right now, and say no! No! I will not go back!
The conditions at Jonestown were not conducive for someone to think clearly or sharply. I was numb. I was emotionally, mentally, and spiritually drained. My own personal feeling was I didn't know what was going to happen to me.
No! I will not see any of my relatives! This is what you have to do, because if your relatives come with Congressman Ryan, if your relatives come with him, then your relatives are no better than he is!
I was unclear about what the plan exactly was, but my focus was the congressman and getting his assistance.
Running out of options, Congressman Ryan confronted Temple members at their headquarters in Georgetown, the only link to Jim Jones and Jonestown itself.
I better do this alone. If I'm not back in, say, 5 minutes, send in the dogs.
The house was full of Temple members, including Stephen Jones and the rest of the basketball team.
Hi. I'm Leo Ryan, the bad guy. Hi.
I remember the congressman showing up. I remember having mixed feelings about it. He's
Are you drawing? Good to see you.
very outgoing, charismatic, genuine man, or so it seemed to me. And you don't get much of that in the Temple.
What's your name?
What can I do for you, Mr. Ryan?
Well, I'd like to speak with Jim.
Jim's not here.
Well, you can put me in touch with him.
And at the same time thinking, who do you think you are walking up on our house?
You're gonna have to leave.
Hi. I'm Leo Ryan. You must have heard about me?
Stephen Jones, once or twice.
Oh, what are you doing in town?
Basketball tournament, us against the Guyanese Nationals.
How's it going?
Well, sir, they kicked our butts good the first two games. We're looking for a little revenge.
Well, let me know if you can use an extra pair of hands. I can't dunk, but you know, as politicians, we pass things really well, like basketballs and the buck.
Congressman, you can't just come in here as you please.
Lighten up, Sharon. The man's just trying to be friendly.
You might have asked you a couple of questions, like, do you like it there? Jonestown, I mean. How is it?
Your father wants to talk to you.
Well, good luck, Stephen. With the game, I mean.
You're gonna have to leave now, Mr. Ryan. This is private property.
Okay. Well, it's nice meeting you. We'll be seeing you again. Bye-bye.
There was a point at which my father sent orders, funneled through the radio room, everything came through there, and Sharon Amos, that we were to return to Jonestown. The basketball team was ordered to come back.
I want you to come home.
Why?
Why? You need it here is why. Now, McElveen's coming back first thing in the morning. I want you to be on the truck with him. The whole damn bunch of you.
Look, you said it yourself. We're good PR, Dad. That's all there is to it.
We're having a good time. We're playing basketball.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Stephen, I think you better come back. You don't know what's happening here, Stephen. We really need you.
We're staying, Mom. We got a game against the national team tomorrow.
How's it gonna look if we just hightail it out of here?
Besides, you don't need to speak for him.
Well, it's up to you.
No, it is not up to him! I do not want him having anything to do with that congressman or with the relatives. I want him back here now! You don't give a damn what happens here!
I had known for a long time my father was nuts. I'm one that believes he was sick from very early on. By the time the congressman came, he only had a few more months at the rate he was going with his drug use. He was just slowly killing himself on drugs.
Who do you think's keeping this place together?
I am keeping this goddamn place together!
I know I sent him closer to the edge by refusing to come back at that time. There was no denying that he was losing control. And to a man like my father, it must have been like he was sinking in quicksand, grabbing at nothing.
Jim Jones summoned People's Temple lawyer Charles Gary to handle Congressman Ryan's visit to Jonestown. But Jones suddenly reversed course and denied entry.
What do you mean we're not going to Jonestown? The only goddamn reason I came here is to take Ryan to Jonestown. Who the hell changed it, Sharon? You?
Jim did, all right? It was Ryan's fault anyway, coming in like he did.
It's a whole lot of crap.
It was Jim's decision to cancel the visit.
You know, I've had it with you people. There's a plane going back to Miami at 1 p.m. I'm going to be on it. You hear me? Listen to me, Jim.
I'm a righteous man. We are a righteous people, and these traitors, they come to destroy what we... We cannot allow them. They want to steal our children.
Jim.
I mean, so long.
Jim, cut it. Now, what I'm going to say is very simple. You've got two alternatives.
Now, the first is you can tell the Congress of the United States to go to hell. You can tell the media to go to hell, which is what you've been doing all along over my objections.
You can tell the concerned relatives to go to hell. But if you do that,
I cannot live with it. It's the end of the line. I won't be with you. Now,
the second alternative is what I've been urging you to do all along.
You can let the media in. You can let the congressman in. You can let the concerned relatives in.
And you can let them see for themselves what a beautiful place we have there.
Calm down, then. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just calm down.
Finally, we got word after negotiations between the congressman and the People's Temple's lawyers and Jones that we would be allowed to head into Jonestown.
not getting in, he's still showing. What are you doing using that? Just a little bit.
The preparation for Jonestown before Ryan's visit was just like the mayor was visiting or the congressman was visiting. You'd paint the house, you'd spruce up the plants, you'd weed, everything would be in a #1 condition to make a positive impression.
Attention, attention. Dean Perlmutter, please report to the radio room immediately.
We had a lot of rehearsal about what to say to these people if they came in. We were rehearsed over and over and over and over again.
How long would you like to stay?
Forever. You just can't imagine that all the hundreds of us here are so extremely happy.
And I love it here. There's nobody to bother me. I'm free, and I love everything about it.
Now you, tell me, those big buildings out there, what are they?
Cottages.
And how many people would you say on average lives in a house?
4 or 5. 2 couples to a house.
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say 4 or 5. Just don't you go into that. Okay, pass. What do you find that's wrong with this place?
Well, I don't find anything wrong. I had more opportunities here than than I ever had in the States.
And how do you feel about the USA?
I feel it's all right for those who want to be there.
That's very good. We don't want to say we're pro-Soviet or that we're against America. You got that?
I got it.
Pass. Monica, when you refer to Jonestown, how do you refer to it?
As a very nice place.
There was always an atmosphere of us versus them. Jones mentioned that Congressman Ryan was coming, concerned relatives were coming, journalists who were evil incarnate were coming, and they were coming to destroy us.
People get along, white and black together, and
Look, I just say it's a community. Jonestown, it's a community. All right, pass.
The survival of the community rested upon a good report from these people coming and leaving without incident and giving wonderful reports on Jonestown.
What are common complaints you hear in the community?
I don't hear any complaints. Only praises of our being able to live here in Guyana. My son's here with me, and I appreciate being here. I enjoy it here. I've had many more opportunities for learning trades than I have in my entire lifetime.
What are some of the complaints you hear against the community, against the temple?
I don't hear any complaints. The only thing I hear is how much people love it here. Everybody says this is the best thing that's ever happened to them in their whole lives.
How about you? Is it the best thing ever happened to you?
The very best. I really appreciate being here. I enjoy it.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. Leanne's coming here. No, that's fine. I don't need to go to Jonestown. No, if she's coming here, then I'll just stay here. Okay. Lunch, dinner, I really don't care. Oh, hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Omaha. Gardens. Good. No, I'll find it. Yes. Okay. And Linda. Sharon. Thank you. Bye.
When I got that information that my daughter was going to come down on Saturday, there was no reason in my mind to, at that point, to go to Jonestown. Now, if it turned out I was being lied to and she didn't show up on Saturday, I'm going to Jonestown. I'm going wherever I need to go. I'm going to find my daughter.
Congressman Ryan chartered a plane to transport relatives and journalists to Jonestown.
Hey, folks, plane's ready.
More than 150 miles deep into the jungle.
Says the Constitution! The Constitution gives him the right to come down here and see us because we are American taxpayers.
I see the Constitution does not give him the right to go wherever he is not invited.
I mean, what are we going to say to him? What are we going to say to him anyway?
You can't win, I'm telling you, with this kind of a prick. You cannot win.
He treated our children all night.
He come tripping into our house like he owned it, telling Sharon Amos I heard a lot of dirty things about you. Well, I said, you tell him to go to hell. And to get lost. You know what? We don't have to tell him anything anyway. We don't have to tell him anything. And you know what? I don't know how long he's going to stay, but I can assure you, if he stays long enough for tea, he is going to regret it. Know that you have never been loved so much as I love you right now.
Amen!
I love you.
Monica, myself, and my roommate did have a meeting about Ryan coming. The plan was I was going to slip the congressman a note asking for his help to leave.
This is our chance. Monica? Keith?
What about your sunburn?
If I tell him, he might report us.
I wrote the note. Vernon Gosney, Monica Bagby, help us get out of Jonestown. And that was the note.
He's better off here anyway.
I didn't know whether to take my son was the right thing to do or not. I wasn't thinking clearly.
When we flew over the jungle, it became pretty clear how remote and inaccessible Jonestown really was.
The plane touched down at an isolated airstrip more than 5 miles from Jonestown.
When we finally landed on a small dirt airstrip in Port Kaituma, it became clear how difficult it would have been for anyone to leave Jonestown.
Okay, there's the truck.
When a truckload of People's Temple members pulled up with a flatbed, we expected that we'd be moving on quickly to Jonestown and started unpacking our gear.
Congressman Ryan, I'm Corporal Emo Rudder, the Guyanese Defense Force.
Oh, thank you very much for coming to meet us.
I've been instructed to inform you that only Mr. Gary is to board the truck for Jonestown.
We're a congressional delegation. We're here to inquire into the health and welfare of the people of Jonestown.
My instructions are clear.
Well, who are you getting your instructions from?
Please return to the plane.
Congressman Ryan and his assistant here can come with us.
Mr. Gary, I was told that only...
Never mind what you've been told. I'm telling you, if you catch any grief, I'll be right there. Congressman.
And what about the others?
I'm working on it.
Thank you.
Don't try and come on your own.
Clearly at that point, we were not welcome. All we could do was wait. Finally, within a few hours, the truck returned to the airstrip.
Anybody that wants to come to Jonestown, climb on.
And we were allowed to board it, and we rode toward Jonestown with several members of the temple.
Let's go!
I think everyone recognized that there was a potential for danger. We were entering a place where not only were we surrounded by miles of jungle, but we also were in the control of Jim Jones and his members. And as a practical matter, it would be hard to get out without their permission. When we pulled into Jonestown, my first impression was that this place had taken a tremendous amount of work to produce. To make something from scratch in the middle of nowhere was an impressive feat.
Attention, attention, attention.
The reporters are arriving. Some of them will want to take pictures, so anyone who doesn't want their picture taken will be excused. Okay?
There were hundreds of people around the pavilion, and we were escorted there directly to the Reverend Jim Jones.
Jim, the gentleman of the press have arrived. This is Don Harris, NBC News.
Nice to meet you. Reverend Jones, Tim Ryder, mate. Read many of your stories. I guess you can only print what they tell you.
Well, we tried to get your side of the story. Haven't had much success. That's why I'm here. See the mission for myself.
Good. A lot of people have found it to be beautiful. Paradise.
He was very cordial, but it was still disturbing to see that he appeared weak. What really concerned me was the way he spoke.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Why did you decide to let us in now, a year after my first request?
What have we got to lose? No barbed wire here. We don't have 3, let alone 300 who want to leave. But we're not violent. We don't do violence to anyone. But ageism, sexism, racism have all been eliminated. Elitism is almost eliminated. We're Marxist in the sense of sharing work and in the distribution of goods and services.
What about the threats of mass suicide, Reverend?
I only said that it will be better that we commit suicide than kill. Why hurt social progress?
He started speaking in a paranoid fashion about his enemies and began to quietly sort of rant about them.
I cursed the day I was born. I don't know why these people hate me so. In some ways, I feel like a dying man. You don't need to put a bullet in my head.
Thank you.
It was disturbing to hear him sort of put a figurative gun in the hands of those of us who had come to Jonestown to visit. It was also disturbing to hear someone who had the lives of so many people in his hands speak that way.
Plan was I was going to slip the congressman a note asking for his help. In my state of mind, didn't know who was who at that time yet. I see someone who I think is the congressman who's walking around the perimeter of the assembly. If I passed the note and it was unsuccessful, I knew I would be killed. There was no doubt about it. I would be I would be killed.
Drop this.
Keep asking out!
What was that about, Bert?
That was nothing. He dropped something and I picked it up from it, so.
And now, everyone, I'd like to introduce you to a very special guest. He has represented many of us who lived in his district back in California, and we'd like for you to say a few words to us.
It wasn't until later that I found out that that individual was not the congressman.
Congressman Ryan.
Thank you, Marceline. I'm not used to making public speeches. Yeah, don't give me that here, I guess. I'm very glad to be here. I've already met a former student of mine. I've already met a former classmate of one of my daughters from Mills High School in Burlingame. This is a congressional inquiry. I think all of you know that I'm here to find out more about questions that have been raised about your operations here. But I can tell you right now that from the conversations I've had with some of the folks here already tonight, that no matter what the comments are, that there are some people here who believe that this is the best thing that's ever happened to them in their whole lives.
After Ryan spoke, I was approached by Congressman Ryan.
Is your name Vernon Gosling? Did you give this man a note asking to leave Jonestown?
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you, you've got seats on the first plane out of here tomorrow.
Congressman Ryan had no idea of what he had walked into at all.
I'm not sure we should wait till tomorrow, Congressman.
We've got a lot of work to do here.
You're in danger. You have to know that.
We'll be fine. We're under protection of the U.S. Congress. Tomorrow.
And it was apparent after talking to him that he couldn't really conceive the level of danger that he was in.
On that Saturday, the last day, I wondered just how many other people might want to leave.
Thing is, Ryan told me someone else aside from this Vern guy approached him.
Wanting out?
Yeah, exactly.
Morning. Sleep all right?
Oh, that was the softest hardwood floor a man could ask for.
Marceline Jones, who was Jim Jones' wife, took some of us throughout the encampment.
This is my pride and joy, I don't mind saying. This is the first home to all 33 children born here in Jonestown.
Marceline Jones was clearly proud of everything that had been built in Jonestown. The school and the nursery, the clinic that provided health care for children that seemed to be what inspired her and sustained her.
That's some pretty advanced reading.
Those are some pretty advanced kids. Hey. Oh, hi. I'll take him from here, Vernon. I think you're needed back at the pavilion, aren't you? We also have a large nursing staff, of course. We could always use more. There are almost 300 children here in Jonestown.
Tim, cut him out. Something's going on. Okay. Come.
Would you like to see the dispensary?
Excuse me.
Within hours, it became clear that more than just two people who slipped a note to a reporter wanted to come out. There were some entire families who stepped forward and informed the congressman that they wanted to leave with us.
I'm all right. I'm just gonna just say goodbye to some.
And the tension just radiated out from Jones and those groups of potential defectors. The whole place was paralyzed.
Stay put. I'm gonna come have a word with you later, all right? You don't go anywhere right now. I want to talk to you and ask you some questions. I want to talk to you. Why are you doing this? Are you lovers?
No. No.
Because you can have a relationship here.
No, we're not lovers.
Don't you talk to any of the reporters, all right? They're liars. They're all liars. You don't have to say anything. Even the ones who lie, they always come back. They always do. Always have a place here. All right?
I signed a document that I was leaving my son there of my own free will. I didn't know if I was doing the right thing, and I signed it.
How many you got, Congressman?
I think we're gonna need another plane.
As time went on, probably about a dozen people had stepped forward, and they were insistent on leaving.
My name is Monica Bagby. I wish to leave Jonestown of my own free will and return to the United States. Is that it?
My name is Vernon Gosney, and I wish to leave Jonestown of my own free will and return to the United States.
I was of a divided mind. On one hand, I thought my son is black and he's going to be subject to the racism of the United States government, and I thought that this was the better place for him to be. I didn't know. I was confused.
What now?
Now we pack up. Truck's leaving soon.
I don't think I ought to go alone.
No, I wouldn't either. That lady said she'd go with me. You ought to get someone too.
When the door swung open, there was a number of security guards within the cottage. I was petrified. I was in extreme fear and terror.
What you doing, Vern?
He's packing up. What are you doing? Go ahead, Vern. Pack your things.
Thank you.
As the potential defectors began gathering up their belongings, NBC conducted an interview
Bob?
with Jim Jones in the pavilion.
Okay, Reverend. Ready to go.
Well, you never accomplish what you set out. I'm a perfectionist. I mean, we wanted to fade out at the whole arena of public attention, but obviously we haven't because of lies. I never understood how people could lie with such total freedom and conviction.
As the interview went on, Jones grew more and more tense.
That's a lie. It's a lie. Who conspired to kill Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, John Kennedy? Every agency in the whole government is giving us a hard time. Somebody just doesn't like socialism.
I think it was sinking in, if it hadn't already, that this visit was not going to play well outside Jonestown.
We've heard that security guards with guns had gone around to the houses and warned people not to cause.
Nobody came to see people with guns. I strictly prohibited guns. You don't have to shoot me. Because the media smear does it. I've given my life for people. Serving people. Are you people gonna just leave us? I just beg you, please, just leave us. I'm gonna go say goodbye to them then.
Help they shoot the plane down!
I met with my son briefly, and
see you soon, okay?
Well, he wasn't of an age where I could tell him what was happening. I hugged him. I said goodbye to him, and that was the last time that I saw him. I don't know what else to say about that moment.
Back anytime. Always have a place here. Come back anytime. Visit your son. Okay? Come back anytime. Always be welcome here.
Reverend, could I just ask you, could I get your reaction on what's going on here today? Did you try to stop anyone from leaving?
No. I feel sorry we're being destroyed from within. All we want is to be left in peace.
He looked somewhat broken and crestfallen, but angry. And what he was saying really was that the defections, and some of his members, were going to be the undoing and the unmasking of Jim Jones and People's Temple and what was going on inside of Jonestown.
If we get out now, I can still make deadline.
Where's Ryan?
He's staying back to help with the rest of the defectors.
I mean, there's more.
Yeah, only he's not saying so.
Yeah, thanks.
Everybody ready?
Jim, why are you so upset? There are only 15 people leaving out of nearly 1,000. I mean, if 400 people were leaving, then I'd be worried.
Things were spiraling out of control. There was a crack that had opened, and the crack was continuing to open. Jones was losing control, and the whole community, in my opinion, was going to crack open completely.
It's only 15 people. When I get back, I'm going to report to Congress that of the 60 people cited by the concerned relatives, none of them wanted to leave. They said they were completely happy.
Wait. Hey, room for one more?
There's no way he's a defector.
Why are you leaving?
Tell you later.
All right.
Jim, this is a wonderful thing you've got going.
Well,
it's not me.
I guess, this changes things, doesn't it?
Some things, but not everything.
That convinced the congressman not to stay behind and process any more defectors, that he needed to leave with us on the truck.
Hey, you're bleeding, Congressman.
It isn't mine.
What happened?
A minor disagreement.
We were in serious danger
Hey, let's roll.
because the congressman was, in some ways, our protector. To see him with blood spattered on his shirt from his assailant and all disheveled showed just how precarious our situation was. I think we wanted to move as quickly as possible down that dirt road and get on a plane with the defectors.
When that truck is pulling away, I have no faith whatsoever that we're ever going to get out of there.
Saturday, November 18th, I headed out to Temple headquarters in Lamaha Gardens to see my daughter.
Leanne. Leanne? Hello. Leanne.
When I first saw Leanne, it was like nothing was between us.
Come inside, we're just about to sit down.
We hugged and, and kissed, and it was just wonderful to see her.
I wish you could see the wonderful work, the great work that we do. You'd see there's nothing to be concerned about.
And I know she felt the same way to see me.
How long are you thinking of staying?
A couple of weeks, maybe even a month. We could tour around. You could show me things.
Why don't you two sit down to dinner? Everything's in the kitchen. I won't be a minute.
It is so good to see you, Leanne. It's been hard. And I just want to get to know you again, and you me. Would that be all right?
You must be hungry. Come on.
Please take care of everyone there.
Everyone, Jim.
Everybody. In Georgetown. Everybody. Relatives, too. Just take revenge.
I'll have to tell the others.
Things were going bad. We've been ordered to get revenge. Revenge meant go out and kill people. Concerned relatives first, maybe members of the congressman's party, but those who had turned against us would have been considered the worst enemies. It just took one spark.
It's time. It's time.
One thread of insanity to unravel the whole works.
White night. White night.
Everybody, report to the pavilion immediately. White night. White night. Everybody, report to the pavilion immediately. White night.
It was heavy as I'm pulling, and I'm pulling, I'm reeling it in. And finally I yank it up, it's a tire. I caught a tire, just like in the movies. And there I am, Buster Keaton, looking at it.
Yeah. Here's a call for you.
We had just gotten the message, and Leanne came down. Leanne was having dinner with her father, and Leanne was told by Sharon.
Leanne, the order's just come through. We have to die.
Okay.
She very calmly took the news, and I was just struck by that. Well, this is really real, and how surreal that was.
Should I go back to dinner?
You better have him leave. Your father.
This is a 21-year-old girl who's just been told, end the dinner with your father because we're going to have to kill ourselves. So many words. And I was overwhelmed with fear at that point. Just dread and fear of what must be going down in Jonestown.
A large shipment of the liquid poison, potassium cyanide, had been delivered earlier to Jonestown. The cyanide was now mixed with sedatives and tranquilizers and added to a fruit-flavored drink.
I think that for Dad to have just gone and found a room somewhere and shot himself, one, I don't think he was capable of shooting himself. Two, I don't think he could bear to go alone. His view of existence was so bleak that he thought it was best for everyone to check out.
A handful of people with their lies have made our life impossible. And we are sitting on a powder keg here, and I don't think that this is what we want to do with our baby. It has been said by the greatest of prophets from time immemorial, no man may take my life from me, but I lay my life down. We have been betrayed. We have been so horribly betrayed. Now here's what's going to happen in the matter of a few minutes is that one of the people on the plane is going to shoot the pilot. And down comes the plane into the jungle, and we had better not have any of our children left when it is over, because they will parachute in here on us.
When we got to the airstrip, I still had this feeling of impending doom, that something was going to happen.
As people were boarding a tractor load of men returned to the airstrip, it was clear to me that there was no real reason for them to be coming back. There might well be trouble.
It was decided that Monica and myself were going to go onto the small plane, so that plane was boarded first.
Sorry about this, folks. I'm sorry, but let's get safe, get on the plane.
We wanted to make sure that nobody was getting on either of these two planes with weapons, because we didn't really know whether the defectors, in fact, were defectors.
Hey, Congressman, I didn't search him.
Excuse me. Just a moment, please. What's your name?
Larry Layton. Sorry.
Larry Layton.
Everybody okay?
He shouldn't have been allowed to come with. Someone said he might have a gun.
Ryan's checking him, all right?
He's not gonna let us leave here. Jones, I mean.
We'll be in the air in 5 minutes, okay?
Thank you. That's fine. Good plane.
When do I pick you up tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Whenever you like.
I like 7 in the morning.
Okay.
Good. Leanne.
This is bullshit, man.
I needed to get away from it. I needed to find out more information, maybe gather ourselves. And with the hope that we would learn something other than the madness we were hearing from Sharon.
My ex-wife came out from downstairs where the radio room was and kissed me goodbye on the cheek.
I just want to thank you.
And when she kissed me goodbye, that was really goodbye. You know, I was feeling rather buoyant overall. You know, we had plans for the next day. I felt we're making certain inroads. I felt they got the message.
See you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pegasus Hotel, please.
So I felt very upbeat, and I felt that we're making progress.
Okay, let's start getting back on the plane. He's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Could be trouble, folks. Okay, thank you.
Everybody spread out! Spread out!
They're killing everyone!
The gunfire died down. Then there were several deliberate shots over the space of maybe a half minute. And then there was silence.
Anyone who has any dissenting opinion, please speak.
Yes, Christine.
Well, I feel like that as long as there's life, there's hope.
Someday everybody dies. Someday that hope runs out. I'd just like to choose my own kind of a death for a change. I'm tired of being tormented to hell. That's what I'm tired of.
I ain't ready to die.
I don't think that you are.
But I look about at the babies, and I think they deserve to live, you know?
Yeah, I agree, but don't they also deserve much more? Don't they deserve peace?
Yeah, right.
We all came here for peace.
And have we had it?
No.
Just hold on, sister. We made it a beautiful day, and let's make it a beautiful day. That's what I say.
I tried to stop this thing from happening, but now I see it is the will. It's the will of sovereign being that this happened to us, that we lay down our lives as a protest against what is being done. You know, the criminality of people, the cruelty of people. Now, I know there is no point. There's no point to this.
What comes now, folks? What comes now?
It's all over. The congressman has been murdered.
Sharon Amos was one of the small percentage of the temple membership that I viewed as a zealot. And certainly by the end days, she was every bit as sick as my father was. I know that woman loved her children dearly. And this is in no way an explanation or an excuse or a defense of what she did. But for her, she thought she was saving them.
If we give them our children, then our children will suffer forever. We win when we go down. I was a man born out of due season. Well, I've been born out of due season, just like we all have. And the best testimony we can make is to leave this goddamn world.
What a legacy. They invaded our privacy. They come into our home.
They followed us 6,000 miles away. Get us some medication. It's simple. There's no convulsions with it. It's just simple. Just please get some.
You know, so much of it feels like fate. Every possible ingredient that could be thrown into this disastrous recipe was thrown in there. You know, you've got my father who's already unraveling.
Are you gonna separate yourself from who shot the congressman? I don't know who shot him.
And you've got a demoralized, malnourished, exhausted populace. And the people of Jonestown were they were also crazy on some level because of what they'd been put through by my father.
It's just simple. Just please get some. Just get it.
And then who were the first to die? The children were the first to die.
All they're doing is taking a drink. The Guyana Defense Force will be here, I'm telling you. Get moving, get moving, get moving.
I'm sure many people believed that they were lost, that they were going to come in with force, and their children were going to be taken from them, and they were going to die or suffer greatly.
All they're doing is taking a drink.
No!
They take it. Mother, please! Mother, please! Mother! Can some people assure these kids
Of the relaxation of stepping over to the next plane. They set an example for the others. They take it to fall asleep. That's what death is.
And even those that still wanted to get out of it, where were they going to go at that point? How are they going to get out of it? It's about more than, Jim Jones saying, line up and take the poison, it's time to go.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Lay down your burden. Don't be afraid to die.
Jim told me to go. He wants me to tell the world what happened here. Okay? The truth of it.
I'm not gonna let them take your child. If you let them take your child,
Please. Lay down your life with dignity. Don't lay down with tears and agony. I tell you, I don't care how many screams you hear. I don't care how many anguish cries. Death is a million times preferable to 10 more days of this life. If you knew what was ahead of you, you'd be glad to be stepping over it. If we can't live in peace, then let's die in peace. We've said 1,000 people say we don't like the way the world is. Take our life from us. We laid it down. We got tired. We didn't commit suicide. We committed an act of revolutionary suicide protesting the conditions of an inhumane world.
After a while, I stood and started to work my way back to the airstrip. Wanted to see what had happened to everyone else. I saw several bodies on the ground. It appeared from the wounds of some of them that temple members had gone around and finished them off with shots to the head. Don Harris of NBC, Congressman Ryan, Greg Robinson, the photographer with me, Bob Brown of NBC, Patricia Parks, one of the defectors. All of them were dead.
During the ambush at the airstrip, 5 people were murdered, including Congressman Leo Ryan. 11 others were wounded but survived, including Ryan's aide, Jackie Spear, and defector Monica Bagby.
Jones sent gunmen to the airstrip to kill the congressman and others so that he could then turn to his followers and say, no country, no place wants us any longer because some of our people have now killed the congressman. There's no hope.
Till the last possible minute, you cling to hope that people are alive. And a young woman came out and walked up to me and said, Sharon's killed herself and killed her children. She believed that her children were going to be taken to horrible circumstances and that death was better for them. As I opened the door, the first thing I saw was the babies and you know, they were dead, clearly gone. It was just horrible. And Leanne wanted so much to please her mother. The love of a daughter for a mother, there's probably nothing like it. And what I learned later was that they actually killed each other by slitting each other's throats.
I came to several hours later, and I knew it was several hours later because it was dark. I could hear people walking through the bushes. What it was, in fact, was people looking for survivors.
Only a handful of temple members inside Jonestown survived. Some escaped into the jungle. 76-year-old Hyacinth Thrash had hidden under her bed.
I lost everything that day. I lost brothers and sisters and dear friends, people I'd known my entire life, and the dearest person on the planet to me, which was my mother. She resisted and physically restrained until the last child died, and then she walked up and took the poison herself. My father, well, I can tell you I've never grieved his death. I remember feeling disgust that he didn't go the way everybody else went. Not only did he have to be shot in the head, but he had to have somebody else do it. And I still believe it was because he couldn't bear to go out the way he was seeing other people go out.
For the entire incident, I blame Jim Jones. It's as if he was determined to make sure nobody won. If he wasn't going to win, nobody was going to win.
The people that died in Jonestown were my family. And they were my family when my family wasn't my family. And they're all just really wonderful, good people who wanted to make a positive change in the world.
One of the myths of Jonestown was that it was a mass suicide, whereas in fact it was a mass murder.
They lie, they lie. What can I do about liars? Are you people going to leave us? I just beg you, please leave us.
It happened because Jim Jones didn't want word to get out to the outside world what was going on inside his community. He didn't want the defectors to tell their stories, and they didn't want the reporters to tell their stories, and he didn't want the congressman to tell his story.
The first time I thought about the consequences of Jonestown and what had happened when I was in a military hospital in Puerto Rico, and a military psychiatrist came to speak to me and tell me that my son was dead. The loss of my son has been the most difficult thing in my life to deal with. My sense of remorse, my sense of guilt, like going back to that moment a million times and making a different decision. To find some level of peace and some level of forgiveness has been the most challenging thing for me.
I love my daughter very much. I've lost her. I'm suffering, truly suffering with the grief of that all these, for years. And I came to see that I was really holding on to the grief as if if I let it go, I'd be letting go of her. And I thought, that's not right. And I came to see that I could hold my daughter as a loving memory forever and let the grief go.
There were a lot of reasons I think that people ended up taking the poison. I don't know who took it, who was injected. I think more than anything, it was out of loyalty to everybody else there. In my case, if I had been there, I know I had a strong will to live, but I think that it was so important to me, or how I was perceived by the people of my community was so important to me, that it might have taken me to my death. Ask yourself, what would someone have to tell you? Or what would someone have to do to you to get you to do something that you couldn't possibly believe you were capable of? And examine that. Learn from it. Don't judge it. Don't stand separate from it. Be willing to stand in the shoes of the people you're judging. And I hope that, 900 plus people, that they died, and the way they died, might offer us something so that their lives won't be in vain.